Hello guys, my name is Delano, and this will be my first YouTube video. Alright, so I've actually been saying now for a few weeks to my friends, some of my friends and my cousin and myself mostly, that I'm gonna start my own YouTube channel. Well, finally I'm getting around to it. So sure enough, when I send them the link a bit later, after I've fully had this uploaded, surprise, surprise. But why do we do that? Why do we actually, like I said just now, I've actually been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a few weeks now. Why do we tend to want to do something and not do it? Well, while I haven't thought of a valid topic for this video, might as well make that the focus of this first video, the answer to that very same question. But before we get into that, I want to say a few things. Based on the fact that this is my first video, I just want to let the people that do watch know where my thoughts, opinions, my views are coming from. All right. So a little bit about me. Well, just my views. As I see the world around me, all people, like literally all people, from all walks of life, are equal. Doesn't matter your nationality, your ethnicity, your political views, your religion, your race. None of these things, these are attributes of people. Everyone is, everyone has the human right to his or her own opinion, right? And so my thoughts, my views, well, they're my own. They're not imposed, therefore they have no implications. They are not used by you actively in some way to make your life better, I hope. They are completely inconsequential. Alright? So, as I open my mind to you, I hope that you enter open-mindedly. Okay? Now let's get back into it. Why do we tend to not do those things that we'd actually love to do, something that we want to do, or something that we just, we want to do it? Why don't we up and do it? Well, I know that people procrastinate on certain things, but that usually involves, you not wanting to do something that you put it on the back burner all the time. But that's not really what this is about. It's about those things that you'd actually love to do for yourself, and perhaps for other people that you want to do and would love to do, and you end up not doing it. Some people end up living their entire lifetimes, having this thing, that they want to do, and they just end up never doing it. Why is that? It's a major problem, right? As a human being, being alive, well, your life is your highest value, right? So you have a moral obligation to yourself to really live your life to the fullest. So anything that excites you, anything that moves you, anything that that burns inside of you, and something should, if something isn't, on at least a small scale, then you need to really look within yourself and say, you know what, let me live a little bit more, right? So why do we not do those things that we love to do? Well, I think that one of those reasons, something that I've pointed out to at least a few people, and that is, something that I think is actually a trait. It's at least a human trait, but I'm not quite sure if it's something that exists for all animals. But sticking with us as people, the major issue that we have is that most people, or a lot of people, perhaps most people, tend to care way, way, way too much about what other people think about them. Right? So you can actually have your life, which is your greatest possession of all, right? And you actually have those people that go through their entire lives wanting to do something and not doing it. Actually, the way that the world is set up nowadays is catering to that, right? So it's catering to this fear that we have. Because I think that, on a larger scale, organizations and, those people that really have the power to drive our society into, the direction of their choosing, they really notice that. They really notice this, insecurity that, people have. And they tend to prey on that. And so if you look at how, the current construct of society is geared toward that, to exploit that fear. I think that perhaps if there's no fear, you cannot exploit it. But, people have this fear of, loss of friends, loss of money, loss of public favor, all these things, loss of business. Sometimes you have a job, for instance, and there's this thing that's burning inside of you to do, and you stay and you never quit that job, you never save up enough money, you never do what it takes to actually go out and do that thing that you want to do. You want to start your own pizza shop, for instance, and you just remain being a chef in someone else's restaurant your entire life. These are the things that I'm talking about, and like I said, our society exploits that. All right, look at media, right? The way that media is set up nowadays is it's really scary. It's really sickening, disheartening, and many other things, right? Where I see articles on, major media outlets like ABC and CNN and Fox. Some of these things have they're based on nothing. It's like a joke sometimes to see how little credibility of actual intelligent information could be just put in an article, and it's just flies off as valid news, right? And it's consumed by the masses, and you could have alternative media, which sometimes are completely well-meaning, right? And whether or not it's quality journalism, these alternative medias sources will put out the news as they've found it to be, the truth basically. But the truth, as our current society is set up, the truth for them is only going to be valid. It's only going to basically remain truthful as long as it doesn't conflict with what the major news outlets are saying. As a matter of fact, it's so sick that if an alternative media source puts something out in society, the people that actually view it, for those that that make the extra effort to go out and find alternative media sources, for those people that actually view it, their immediate reaction is to go out or try to get what other people think about it, right? some social approval of this new information. So as a society, we have begun to lose the actual self-processing of information, reason, intelligent reasoning within ourselves, where we actually look and actively try to find information and use it, within ourselves. See which part, we agree with or disagree with reasonably, intelligently, and then form an opinion. And then move out and see what everyone else thinks, right? As a society, we're in a scary position where, this is another part of our existence as being, exploited. Another thing is I notice young people, they're really not being as creative as they're supposed to be. Now, the youth, as every civilized society in the history of humanity could perhaps recall, is your youth. The youth are the future. But in today's society, it's a bit scary because so many, if you go onto, say, YouTube and search what some people are doing, it's a little bit, frightening, because you have a large flock of people, young people, not being as creative as they could be, looking for something to follow. That's the worst thing, one of the worst things you can do as a human being. Just get up and live your life following the actions of someone else. So your experiences in life, which are your own, are dictated by other people. That's the worst thing that you can do to yourself. And I'd implore all the young people to be as creative, as you possibly could be. Go out and make your own mark. Do your own thing. Don't follow anyone else. Don't follow people. That's the worst thing that you can be. Of the most impossible things for us as human beings, one of those things is being exactly like anyone else. That's impossible. So, as you live your life, basically try to find those people that, has something that resonates with you, and you take that and you move on, and you see someone else that has something, that you like as well. You take that, and as you live through your experience, you have this, aggregation of things that, you take from other people, and you put your own twist onto it, and you become this thing that is like no other. You become yourself. You are yourself, right? And you don't follow other people. That's the worst thing that you can possibly do. Apart from the other idea that, the worst thing that, one could do is think that you know everything, right? Once you get to the point as a human being where you can no longer learn because you think you know everything, that's, you're dead you're largely dead, right? I mean, we're constantly, students, no matter how old you are, but, I see like kids, going out and getting like tattoos on their faces because their favorite rapper has a tattoo on his face. Well, unlike your favorite rapper, you will have to go out and fill out applications. You will have a future of your own. Now, your favorite rapper is who he is because he got up and dreamt for himself. That's a fact. He worked hard to get where he is, and that's a fact. So, any kids that's, viewing this, just realize that anytime you see someone successful, whether or not that's a politician, the president, some CEO, a rapper, singer, an actor, actress, when you see these people, they came from somewhere. They aspire to something, and they're being that thing. All right, your your love of this person, this celebrity, right? It's fine. It's okay. And it's good. It's good that you're finding, someone that you actually admire. But what you should do is be your own person. Learn from them, just like you learn from those other people that you know in your everyday lives. Learn from them and, add those attributes, those positive attributes, apply them to yourself. And then that will help you to get further. But don't emulate in the wrong way. All right? Don't emulate in a frivolous way, in some way that you're only copy something, a costume. Don't wear the same thing, just because someone else is wearing it, some popular person is wearing it. Don't tattoo your body because someone else is tattooing their body, right? All these things are frivolous and you should not do it. You should, if you see them working hard on chasing their dream, that is something that you should do. You don't have to have the same dream, but you think about something that you love. Think about something that that burns within you. Think about something that when you go to sleep at night and you think about just the idea of starting to do it, just fires you up. You can't sleep. That's what you want to live for, right? And I'd implore every person, every parent from every walk of life, that when you have kids, no matter where you're from, right, don't let your kids be just a product of their environment. You're their parent, so feed them, ideas. Give them something to live for. Help build their self-esteem, right? And it's like I said, it's a moral obligation that we have to ourselves and our kids, and just to do those things that you want to do, and chase your dreams, but be creative as you're doing so. All right? Don't chase someone else's dream. Chase your own. Now, as far as getting to doing something that you want to do, I've actually got it down to a little formula. All right? It's a formula that works for me, and it's a formula that might very well work for you as well. Okay, so here it is, like I said, in all its simplicity. In order to do something, start by writing it down. Simple enough. You get a piece of paper and you write it down, and you put it, after you've written it down, that thing that you want to do, you schedule it. You just say, I'm going to start doing this Saturday, and I'm going to say I'm going to start running 1 p.m. right? And you put it where you can see it. That's all you have to do. Write it, schedule it, and put it where you can see it. That is what it takes. That will get you started. Now, when you put it, say you write it down and you put it in your bedroom, you put it on your nightstand. Now, before you go to sleep, you're going to look on your nightstand. You're going to see that note, and you're going to read it to yourself, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it coming closer. All right? And you're actually going to get up and do it. And if you don't do it, you schedule it again. You write it and you schedule it again, right? It's simple to write something down. All you're doing is spending 5 seconds to write, a simple word or two, right? This is what I'm going to do at this time. That's it. Then just put it where you can see it and schedule it. Have it, in your mind as something that you absolutely will do, and you'll see it, and it'll start, firing you up. When you put your thoughts on paper, it materializes it. You could even try it right after watching this video. Just write down something that you want to do. You'll see as how the pen or the pencil is moving on the piece of paper, it actually is burning, the thought into actuality, into reality, right? And as you see it and as you read your own handwriting, you're going to feel it even stronger. And as the date is coming closer, you're going to feel it stronger and stronger, right? Until you actually do it. Until you actually do it the first time. And after you do it that first time, there's only one thing that you need to remind yourself of, and that's this. Your commitment to doing those things that you're doing, right? Whether or not it's just doing something that you've always wanted to do, or you're quitting something bad that you were doing, like, smoking cigarettes. Every day you get up, while you're doing what you're doing, you just remind yourself that a commitment is a constant decision. If you have quit smoking cigarettes for the past 3 months or 3 years, and then you smoke one today, you're a quitter all in the same, right? So you actually didn't quit. You're still a smoker. So 3 years down the road, every day that you get the urge to smoke a cigarette, you actually have to remind yourself that this is my decision. I've made this decision. I'm comfortable with this decision. It's something that I've done, I've been doing, I've been having a positive outcome in life for it, and I'm going to continue doing so. I'm not going to let anything, no matter how long it's been, dissuade me from that thing that I'm actually doing. And value the actual, length of time that you've been doing this thing that you like to do. Value that length of time, so that it's harder for something to take you away from that. As you go through life, remember one thing. No one is truly created with a brain that's better than yours. All right? Not even a savant. Not even a genius. No one is created with a brain that's truly better than yours. Only difference, the real difference, is that different people plant different seeds in their minds. The world around you, the way that you live, your quality of life, all those things, are determined by what you put into your mind. You will reap what you sow, in your mind, right? So you've heard successful people say all the time, you have to put your mind to it. You just have to do it. You just have to start. And that's true. And that's, that's the exact same thing that I'm going to leave you with here. Start today. Just start. Start small. At least you're starting somewhere, right? And, once you get your start, keep building onto that little start. And you'll eventually get to where you're going. And that's going to just, make you want to get up another day and do more and add more things to those, things that you're doing. Live your life, and enjoy the greatest gift that you were given. Live it to the fullest. Okay? Believe in yourself and believe in those things that you do. Aspire to dreams and goals that are your own. Don't aspire to other people's dreams. There are too many followers in today's society, right? Be your own person, and people are going to love you for that. Follow yourself and believe in yourself. Okay? And the last thing that I'd like to say in regard to belief is, I pointed out to my younger brother once. I told him that, a fact is that we really don't know definitively, at least metaphysically definitively, scientifically definitively, why we're actually here in life, right? But whether or not by chance or by intelligent design, we are here because something believed in us. These atoms and molecules that flow through us, that flow through our surroundings and create and orchestrate all that we see and all that we're a part of, believe in us. They create us every day, every moment, every second. So some force outside ourselves, so powerful of a force outside ourselves, outside yourself, believes in you. If such a powerful force, the creative force of the universe, believes in you, then what right really do you have to not believe in yourself? So as you see your life, step outside yourself. Take a pause and look at the world and look at where you're going. Then get back into your body. And move forward. Move forward deliberately and strongly. Embracing all this that is life. Go out and do, because that is what makes you happy. That's a moral obligation that you have to yourself. All right. So I hope this helps. And again, I'm Delano, and I will talk to you soon.